as we see a couple of teams who were both started in Boston. It's the New England Patriots and the Washington Commanders. All that and more coming up next.
We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that were cellar dwellers a year ago, but as we've seen being around the league for a while, man, that can change one season to the next.
And how often do we see, Mike, a team that finished at the bottom of their division just a year later be the division champion? I'm not suggesting that it's easy or necessarily that these two teams are going to find themselves in that position. But the NFL is made up of a formula that says you don't have to stay long forever. If you make the right decisions, you can go from worst to first very quickly.
We are about set for some football, and it's Joey Sly to kick things off. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jayden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jayden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays. But he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today, but he has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
Here's 2nd and 2. First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Jelani Tavai there on the tackle. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Eckler. It's a first down and a gain of 16.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain, fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They run it once more with Eckler. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go play action here with, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Third and 9. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
From a talent standpoint, Drake May has every physical quality that you're looking for to play modern-day NFL quarterback. He can, of course, make all the throws. He's big, strong, and he is a very good athlete. He just needs some time. He needs to sit back and wait for his opportunity to play. Looks like that day is today, and I think if he goes out and plays to that potential, this is the first step of him becoming a legitimate NFL franchise quarterback. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Here's May to throw it on first down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
The motion man here is Bourne. May to throw on second down. This one complete to Bourne. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look.
He'll go down. They drop him for the sack on the final play of this first quarter. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, this is Stevenson. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Third and long. From out of the gun, here's May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Gibson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's Gibson. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
A run on 1st and goal. A short game, down to the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Patriots. Joey Sly on now for the point after. His kick is good. And the Patriots will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. On the return, it's Chris Rodriguez. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders' offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a 1st down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They send him right out of the slot. Whoa! And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Throwing is Daniels. Now they'll set up the screen to Eckler. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3 and out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing again, Daniels. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. To the air again is Daniels. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he will get into the end zone. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Washington.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Commanders will level things out at 7 apiece. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Patriots offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. They stop. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing is May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
New England going to take their 2nd timeout. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Here's May again. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To throw again is May. Open man there, it is Bourne. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. May to the air once more. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
May to throw again. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This one from 52 yards away. Sly's kick is good. And the Pats will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. On first down, Daniels. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And that is hauled in on the right sideline. Right inside the chalk. A heck of a catch.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Patriots offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. He's able to get away for one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
On 1st and 10, here's May. Open man, Demario Douglas. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, May. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Just pushing guys away as he takes this forward for a gain of 7. Second down and 3. It's the tight end Henry in motion. On play action, here's May. Into the hands of Juju. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
On the ground, Gibson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run here with Gibson. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and 5. Here's May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, New England.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Out comes Sly for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Pats will get out in front 17-7. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Austin Eckler and the rest of the Commanders' offense back out onto the field. 1st and 10 now from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. Play action. Here's Daniels. He's got a man. It's McClure. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. The open receiver is Dotson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll give it to Eckler on the option. And he will take this down, close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. 3rd and a yard, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense getting set to get back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time, and next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
3rd and short, and they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
On 4th down, Bryce Baringer out to punt for New England. The veteran Jamison Crowder deep to return. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. This one is caught by Dotson. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
I had to take a chance on fourth down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Jones.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. And they'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.